Grace, your turn now. So how did you get into real estate?
Well, a little bit of transitive property. So obviously living with you, I had to be forced to learn a lot about real estate, but honestly, it was super interesting. I've always grown up really enjoying like looking at houses, and my mom was really into interior decorating. And so there's always this kind of joy associated with a home, right? And then learning more about real estate investing and figuring out how to provide that sense of home for others is something that really resonated with me. But I think it was really you showing all of the podcasts and all of like the books and resources that were out there, and again like seeing those firsthand or secondhand stories of your parents being really successful in that space, and then basically it was that.
Yeah, and I remember also bringing you to some meetups here locally in the area.
Mm.
Do you remember like there was this one real estate realtor who was also an investor. She was quite successful. I think, did you gain a lot of confidence after hearing from her? Because I feel like it's,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's really inspiring hearing a lot of the different stories of the people that we've met through some of those meetups. But yeah, I would say like meeting meeting that particular agent was really insightful and a catalyzing moment. I also remember when we were looking for our first place that we were going to buy together, and meeting our agent here in California for the first time. I was pretty scared because I didn't feel like I knew anything. I felt like a little bit of that imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Um, and I think what kind of got me over that ledge was you showing me the numbers and things kind of starting to fall into place and start to click and make sense.
Yeah, so, that was going to our, like, purchasing our first condo,
Mm-hmm.
first apartment here for ourselves. I guess what was your first like real estate deal? Was it that one, or was it the
Well,
the other one in North Carolina?
I guess technically the first one was our primary residence in California, because what we wound up doing was house hacking. So we bought it, I think, at like a 3 to 5% down, and we're using that as our primary residence. And then it's a 2 bed, 2 bath condo. So we decided that it would make a lot of sense financially, and to try and get ourselves into that investor mindset, or at least for me to kind of experience it firsthand, to rent that out. And it's been a great experience. We're still doing it. Um, but yeah, I think that was the first deal, and then the second deal that we did together was our triplex.
Yeah, so tell me, what was your, like, tell me a little bit more about that, the triplex. Or actually, maybe we'll hold off because that's the second podcast.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. Um, do you have any advice?
I think my advice is pretty similar to yours.
So yeah, do you have any advice?
I think my advice is pretty similar to yours. Trying to educate yourself as much as you possibly can, just be a sponge, absorb,
Hmm.
is going to be the best way forward. That's checking out books at your local library, that is checking out forums, it's checking out Bigger Pockets, shout out to Bigger Pockets, podcasts. And then also, what's really valuable is going to some of your local real estate investor meetups and just meeting and networking and connecting with folks that are also interested in the space, because the best thing that you can do is surround yourself with like-minded folks that are really excited and are going to support you and encourage you at various stages throughout the process.
Yeah, because I find it hard sometimes to talk shop or talk real estate with people who aren't familiar with it, right? Or who don't have an interest in it. So when we go to these real estate meetups, it's as if, we're all on the same page. Everyone's really encouraging. We help each other out, right?
Yeah, it's going to these meetups and us being interested in real estate. It's like you're seeing a friend that you haven't seen in a really long time. And maybe it's like a childhood friend, and you just see them after a while and you just pick up where you left off, like you were on the playground. That's what it feels like going into these real estate meetups. When you feel like you have that stronger network, that stronger relationship with those folks.
Yeah, yeah. And shout out to Eugene for organizing the local meetup here that we attend, right?
Yeah, big time, big
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Grace. Appreciate your insight. It's nice to hear you talk about, your journey so far, or our journey so far in investing.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, thank you to David. It's always great hanging out with you.